Most women over 50 are told to dress like they're still 30. But what if the real style secrets come from someone twice that age? Linda Wright is living proof that elegance doesn't fade, it deepens. In this video, I'm revealing the timeless fashion principles she lives by, the kind of refined, ageless style choices that turn heads without trying. These aren't trends, they're the style foundations that keep her looking effortlessly chic at 75. Steal her approach, and you'll never feel like you're chasing youth again. 1. Timeless assurance, the style that reflects inner certainty. There's a distinct, almost magnetic grace found in women who are deeply rooted in their identity. At 75, Linda Wright doesn't simply wear fashion. She moves through life in it with the calm confidence of someone who has lived fully and no longer seeks validation. While younger influencers often scramble to keep up with fleeting trends, her aesthetic reveals the piece of someone who's left that race far behind. Her clothing doesn't attempt to mimic youth. Instead, it honors a life well lived. Whether she's navigating the streets of Paris in sharp tailoring or enjoying coffee in a relaxed knit, her presence says one thing: I'm dressing for the woman I am, not for likes or clicks. It's an understated elegance that commands attention without asking for it. Linda's style quietly conveys what others try to shout, that real beauty comes from self-assuredness. She reminds us that aging isn't a fade-out, it's a refining. 2. Woven memories, when fashion becomes biography. Linda's clothing feels like a personal archive, written not in ink, but in fabric. Each piece carries its own quiet history, not as nostalgia, but as intentional curation. A perfectly tailored jacket hints at powerful moments in boardrooms. A pristine white blouse recalls carefree strolls under a Parisian sun. Even her softly worn loafers seem to carry the weight of meaningful steps. What distinguishes her wardrobe isn't the cut or the designer label, it's the depth of connection she has with what she wears. This is where she diverges from the noise of fast fashion. There's no costume, no chasing trends, only authenticity. Her style is not a performance, but a living journal. It resonates because it's rooted in her truth. She doesn't dress for attention. She dresses to reflect, to honor, to continue a story. And in watching her, it becomes clear: style isn't just about appearances. It's about legacy, memory, and identity woven into every seam. 3. Texture as a statement, wearing emotion through fabric. While younger generations often chase bold silhouettes and striking shapes, Linda Wright's elegance is spoken in textures. Her wardrobe feels like a sensory experience. The hush of delicate cashmere, linen that whispers with movement, and tweed that conjures memories of crisp autumns and cozy bookstores. It's not loud luxury. It's a quiet richness that lingers, like a familiar fragrance. She doesn't dress to flaunt. She dresses to stir feeling. The soft resistance between raw silk and supple leather, the way a thick knit drapes effortlessly over tailored pants. Every combination tells a story of instinctual material fluency. In an era obsessed with speed and sheen, Linda's style encourages stillness. It invites you to not just look, but touch. This is elegance that speaks through the fingertips, a sensuality that's whispered rather than shouted. Her clothes weren't chosen for display alone. They were chosen to be experienced. 4. Monochrome as expression, wearing what you feel. Where most use color to decorate, Linda uses it to communicate. A full look in warm camel tones might convey introspection, while a slate gray outfit can hint at quiet defiance. She doesn't avoid color, she simply treats it with reverence. Her approach to dressing is like composing music, where each shade plays its part in harmony. Monochrome, for her, is never dull, it's nuanced. A biscuit-colored coat, paired with a muted taupe scarf and suede boots in soft mushroom, becomes a layered expression, not a trend. Her outfits aren't attention-seeking, they're mood-driven. Linda wears colors the way one paints emotion, deliberately, deeply, and with soul. Watching her glide through life in these richly curated palettes is like observing an artist who lives within her own creation. Unlike seasonal trends, her colors don't follow fashion, they follow feeling. She doesn't dress to impress a crowd. She dresses to mirror her emotional climate. 5. French-inspired restraint, the art of understated drama. Linda Wright captures the essence of that effortlessly chic French aesthetic, a deliberate ease that feels natural but is anything but random. Her outfits are meticulously thought through, yet they never seem fussy. There's a quiet theatricality in how she knots a scarf or wears a wide-brimmed hat, but never a trace of gaudiness or excess. Her drama lives in subtle choices, never in loud statements. She might choose a standout silhouette, but it's always paired with timeless shoes. A sweeping coat may take center stage, but it's layered over simple, clean lines beneath. This balance between the bold and the restrained is the magic behind her look. Unlike younger women who often equate style with extravagance, Linda expresses flair through minimalism and intention. Her fashion choices are a lesson in letting standout pieces shine, while everything else supports the harmony, like background actors in a perfectly directed scene. 6. Signature style, curating a life through clothes. What makes Linda's fashion sense so compelling is the strong sense of identity woven into every outfit. She's created a style language so specific and consistent, it feels like a personal trademark. You don't just notice what she's wearing, you recognize her through it. Her style isn't about constant reinvention, but about sharpening and perfecting a well-defined vision. While younger women often chase variety, Linda approaches her wardrobe like a curated gallery, focused, expressive, and confident. Familiar elements, the crisp shirt, tailored blazer, oversized shades, don't make her predictable. They make her iconic. This repetition doesn't confine her. It enhances her clarity. She's not trying to be everything. She's committed to being unmistakably herself. Watching her dress is like watching an editor sculpt meaning from a draft, trimming the excess, elevating the essentials. Her wardrobe isn't just stylish, it tells a story, one chapter at a time. 7. When quiet style speaks the loudest. Linda's wardrobe carries a rare stillness, not the kind that fades into the background, but one that gently holds your attention. There are no flashy logos, no glittering details vying for the spotlight. Instead, her clothes speak in subtle tones that seem to echo rather than shout. In a fashion landscape overflowing with noise and spectacle, her quiet confidence feels almost radical. She proves that style doesn't need volume to leave an impact. Her version of minimalism isn't cold or clinical. It's warm, thoughtful, and precise. Nothing about her look is accidental. Each stitch and silhouette feels curated with purpose. It's not about blending in. It's about cutting through the clutter with clarity. And at a time when so many feel pressured to stay constantly visible, Linda reminds us that the softest voices can carry the farthest. 8. Dressing as a form of mindfulness. For Linda, dressing isn't a rushed obligation. It's a mindful practice. There's a quiet grace in the way she gets ready, as if she's honoring the day before it even begins. Unlike the hurried energy of fast mornings and thrown-on outfits, her approach is calm and deliberate. Each choice, each layer, feels like part of a ritual grounded in self-awareness and care. She treats getting dressed the way others might treat their morning tea or a handwritten journal, as a moment of peace, not pressure. Her style flows from that attentiveness. It's not performance, it's presence. She doesn't dress for the world's gaze, but for the way she feels in her own skin. Watching her is a reminder that how we prepare for our day can be a quiet act of empowerment. Her routine whispers, "I'm worth the time." And in that stillness, there is reverence. 9. Style that grows with you, not against you. What makes Linda Wright's fashion so moving is the way it matures alongside her. She doesn't cling to youth. She embraces the beauty of aging, and her style mirrors that effortlessly. There's no attempt to rewind the clock to her 30s. Instead, she leans fully into her 70s with confidence, sophistication, and a striking sense of self. Her wardrobe isn't about concealing age. It reveals experience, character, and vitality. While the fashion world often pushes women to hide the signs of aging, Linda does the opposite. She wears hers like a badge of honor. Her style has become richer and more expressive over the years, not in spite of aging, but because of it. That's the secret to her allure. She doesn't dress to defy time, she dresses to reflect it. And in doing so, she gives women over 50 a compelling alternative to chasing youth. The empowering act of dressing with age, gracefully and boldly.